myself, do you smoke too much weed, Zach? And then I run into James and I'm like, I don't smoke enough weed. All right, your next comic, he's great. I feel like I've said everyone's great, but that's because most of them are. And I also lie all the time. But I'm not lying about this one. Your next comic is great. Give it up for Owen Lyon-Smith.
Yeah!
Is someone sitting here? It's nice.
I'm not lying about this one. Thank you, Sam. Man, I've been thinking about death a lot recently. You know how Mondays are. It's been raining a lot, so you know. I'm thinking about death more as in like, if I have to die, it means I have to get older, and I don't like that idea. I've met too many old people in my life that don't have a sense of humor, and that really worries me. There's like two kinds of old people I've met with no sense of humor. There's like one that has a sort of grandpa aesthetic that's just kind of like, I remember Watergate, Nixon, and every time I laugh now, I pass a kidney stone. Oh, pretty soon I'll run out of kidneys. The old person in that joke doesn't understand how kidneys work. Because I'm the old person, and I currently don't understand how kidneys work. I don't know what they do. I don't know how many you're supposed to. You, ma'am, how many kidneys do you have?
Well,
Most people have two, but not everyone. Are you one of the rare genetic mutants with a spare kidney floating around? Just like, is that how you afforded those wonderful tattoos? You just sold a kidney on the black market and you were like, this will fucking go. That's how what?
I got Tool tickets.
You got Tool tickets?
What?
Did you tattoo yourself? Gee, this is a weird, I'm concerned. You need less kidneys and maybe less tattoos. I don't know, this is a weird. The second kind of old person with no sense of humor is a lot like my current mother. She's wonderful, but she uses the word funny like just recklessly. She'll come to me and she'll go, oh my God, Owen, the funniest thing happened to me the other day. I'm like, did someone from Portland mention how diverse the city is? And she goes, no, but that is, it's funny when they pretend. I do like that. That is good. No. I was out at the store and I saw, who do I see? But our neighbor, Trish. She's out at the store. She's at it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And did Trisha say how diverse Portland was? Is that what the thing was? Is that where no, because my mother, she finds the funny thing to be the very fact that she has seen her friend out at the store, which worries me. We'll be watching TV, a stand-up special will come on, Jerry Seinfeld, he's like, what's the deal with airplane food? She's like, I too have been on an airplane. Airplanes for me, yes, I know what those are. Thank you, New York comedy man. I identify with you. All right. We think old people are very in touch with comedy here. That's good to know. That's good to know. You, sir, you seem like you're very in touch with comedy. You said boobs earlier today. How did that make you feel? Right! It made him feel right to yell boobs in front of strangers. We're learning about you guys today. This is good. Okay.
That's my first word.
That was your first word. Speaking of breastfeeding, I work at the Capitol building, the state Capitol building. This tracks. I work at the state Capitol building, and I was reading a bill today about breastfeeding. And I was reading the bill, and we all know what breastfeeding is, right? It's the magical thing where it's like women, they can produce, we're all on board. Okay. Breastfeeding, instead of saying breastfeeding in the bill, what they said was expressing milk. That was the language that they used. I don't know about you guys, I feel like that's not the language they should have used. I don't think usually bodily fluids are like an expression of something, usually. It's like you wouldn't say like blood is an expression of like a knife wound. Like you wouldn't say that you'd be like vomit isn't an expression that the food at the restaurant was not good, you know? Like peeing is not an expression that you don't want toxins in your body, you know? And crying is not an expression of how good the last episode of The Bachelorette was. That's just part of my daily thing. Like if you went to a little kid and you were like, Timmy, you can do anything. Express yourself. And he just, like you wouldn't be like, good job, Timmy. You really did it. Expressed yourself real good there. Great job, Tim. Nice. I feel like one way I express myself inadvertently is how I look. Very skinny. Gets me into a lot of trouble sometimes. I was on a train once, and two people sort of backed into me, and they just crushed me. And then they turned around, and they started yelling at each other. Like I wasn't even there. So I just find myself in weird spots. And people tell me too, they're like, you must love being skinny, Owen. You can eat whatever you want. And I have to explain to them, that's not how eating food works. Like, I can't just look at a chocolate cake and go, all of that in all of this. That thing weighs more than me. Like, have you ever tried to get a sofa out of an apartment? Like you pick it up, you take it all the way over, you're like, this chocolate cake, the whole thing. You take the sofa, and then you're just like, now what the fuck do we do? Now what do we... I think one thing that people don't realize is that's just not something that I can do with food. So if I were to take you back to that example of the people that bumped into me on the train, if they were to crush me once more, and I were to have just eaten all of that chocolate cake, they would then turn around and argue with each other over me, covered in my own cake and vomit. And that is an expression of cake. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You've been a great audience.